Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So there is a lot to talk about today, and actually, I guess you guys know from the title of the video, but we're talking about The Walking Dead today. It's been a little bit. We haven't got a teaser for The Walking Dead in quite a while, and this actually came out last night when I posted all my fear reviews and Walking the World Beyond videos or reviews and stuff. So I didn't want to post a fourth video last night because that would have been a little too much, so I just decided to post it now because, yeah. But we did get our first official teaser and kind of first look a little bit. I'm a little confused by certain shots, but yeah, we got our first look at episode 18, I believe it is, called Splinter. Now, we don't have the confirmation that this is episode 18. I'm just assuming that it's going to be because it's a new episode. If you remember episode 17, the one with Negan and Maggie reuniting, and then we have Daryl and Maggie and Carol talking about Negan and Maggie's return and stuff like that. That episode was titled Home Sweet Home. So it's different from this episode. So I'm thinking that episode 17, and also because we did get that a long time ago too, I'm thinking that because we got that all that stuff like a month ago, that is for sure episode 17. They were doing that for that episode, and it makes sense that the next episode we're going to see, we're going to pick up from where we left off. I mean, the next episode isn't going to be a solely Negan backstory episode or a Commonwealth episode. It's probably going to be a Maggie's return episode and just dealing with stuff with that, all the drama that comes with that. And so, kind of blend into the story a little bit. So you do that. Episode 18, you would pick up with the Commonwealth because we did leave on a pretty big cliffhanger. And so we'll explore that, which will be really exciting. That's this episode here. It's titled Splinter, and we got like a full scene here, which I'm going to go through all the dialogue said and everything. And we also got the casting recently of Lucille, which was Negan's wife prior to the apocalypse. And Hilary Burton, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real life wife, was cast as Lucille recently. So I think that's going to happen in episode 19. So I think the way it's going to go now for the first three is the first one is Maggie's return and just dealing with the Negan drama. And then two is Commonwealth, and it's going to be really just strictly Commonwealth stuff. Learning who they are. They're all trapped in these train carts. We actually learn this scene here that they all get separated into train carts, and it seems like it's only going to be a nighttime scene for a short amount of time, and then it's right in the morning afterwards. Episode 19 will be a Here's Negan episode, which will be really exciting because you're going to get the backstory to Lucille. I feel like Austin Emilio should be in this episode because, like, you do see that. Like, that is in his backstory. You do see when Negan meets Dwight, and I think there is a way you could do that. Like, definitely. But it all depends. It all depends on scheduling and all that, right? So we'll have to wait and see. I think that would be really awesome, though. And so, yeah, that's that. My prediction is 20 is going to be, I'm thinking the Maggie backstory episode to what she's been up to for the last little while. 21 is going to be something to do with Father Gabriel and Aaron, probably just a general Alexandria episode with some Commonwealth stuff. But the last episode there, episode 22, is going to wrap up everything we saw over those 6 episodes and build to the final season, which I think it could be the Commonwealth arriving to Alexandria and meeting them. I think that's very possible. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that's my prediction here. But yeah, seeing this, really exciting. I really can't wait. And yeah, I guess let's talk about this. So before we go any further, if you are new to the channel, make sure to be a subscriber. If you do want more Walking Dead content like this, there's going to be a lot to talk about here for the next few weeks because I do expect to get a teaser on November 22nd. At least that's my prediction right now. Episode 18 is titled Splinter, I believe. And I don't know if it's episode 18, but that's just my prediction right now because it kind of makes sense. And this episode is solely Commonwealth stuff. That's all it is. They could put other stuff in there, but I'm thinking realistically with all the Commonwealth stuff that we did get in the comic and how you would structure an arc in an episode. I think it makes sense that the episode 18 is going to start off with them trapped, and it's going to play this scene here that we got here is probably going to be in the opening minutes of the episode. And then they'll do their interviews with Lance. They'll learn a little bit more about them, and then they will travel to the Commonwealth. And then I think the episode will end with them going to meet Pamela. And I think that'll probably be one of the final moments of that episode is Pamela there. And yeah, because you can fit all of that in that episode, right? Like the first 10-15 minutes will probably be them just trapped and trying to escape. And then they'll fail. They'll get interviewed by Lance, and then they'll travel on to the Commonwealth. And then you'll get all of that stuff. And I don't think the rest of the episode is just going to be them traveling there. I really don't see it because the story isn't like that. A few years ago, that might have been the episode, but it's not like that anymore. Like, they get to the point pretty fast with this. I think we'll see some stuff. I think the Commonwealth are pretty close to this area. And so I think what's going to happen is they will just travel a little bit. We'll see some of it. It might be 5-10 minutes of the episode, but then they're going to see the Commonwealth, and it's going to be like this huge, like, city-like thing. they're going to be blown away. They will go there, they'll arrive, and I think right away they'll be taken up to Pamela Milton. You'll see her there, and then it's just going to end. I think that makes sense. Like, that's going to be the overall structure of the episode. Unless you want to do some of the Wall of the Lost storyline, but I don't know how you can really do that, just because I don't know which character is going to be missing or missing someone. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to happen right away. In episode 18, if you're expecting to get that Wall of the Lost, like Michonne's missing daughter storyline, we're going to get that reveal in episode 18 if that's happening or not. So, like, that's when it's going to happen. The teaser starts off with Cooper Andrews, which I will say has an awesome narrator voice. Wow. But he's setting up all the shots. The first scene that we get is a nighttime shot of them in train carts. And I think it's you hear troops marching and it's like that, but then they fade to black. So I'm expecting them to be, yeah, I mean, you can kind of picture it, right? I think they'll be in train carts and then you'll hear troops marching outside. You won't really see the characters there or something. It's a nighttime shot and then I'll just kind of go fade to black. The next morning, Princess wakes up and then she's trapped in here still. It's morning now, so all the train carts are going to have a lot more light. Just the area, it's morning, right? It's daytime. And then she notices a rusty metal piece screwed poorly into the wall. And so she thinks, okay, I can escape. If I can rip that off, I can escape. And so she goes there to rip it off, and then she actually does rip it off, and she tries to go through, but Eugene hears her and then tells her, don't leave because you might screw everything up for everyone. We need to plan this a lot better. Don't leave yet. You could be putting us all in danger, sort of thing. And they both kind of argue a little bit, but this does confirm that they're all put in separate carts. And Princess does mention here that Yumiko was hurt. So I'm guessing something happens earlier where Yumiko tries to fight back and she gets hit, knocked down on the ground, and then she gets thrown into a cart, sort of thing. And I don't know, maybe she's with Lance and them and they're actually repairing her. I actually think that teases a lot of what to expect with Yumiko because she fought back. And remember, she's a lawyer. And remember what the Commonwealth stand for. Whatever life you had before the apocalypse is what you get in this life because it's like normal life over there. So since she was a lawyer, she's going to get the life of a lawyer. And we're seeing her fight back here. At least I'm assuming so because she got hurt. And the only way she would get hurt is if she was resisting them, which they would have to put her down. And if they did that, she might not be in a cart, right? Like she could be with Lance and them already. And that's where they find them. Yumiko's already been interviewed, this and that. They learn a lot, I guess, from Yumiko, which I think when they go to the Commonwealth arc in the final season, that's when Yumiko is going to really decide to want to stay here because it's just the life she's always wanted. So Princess goes back in after Eugene says, like, don't screw this up. Like we could really be screwing ourselves over right now if you do leave. We need to like just stay calm and just figure something out because I need to be getting back to Alexandria and stuff because we are in a huge battle right now with the Whisperers, right? Obviously he doesn't know that they dealt with them already, but it just, he has to get back. And so the princess goes back in. She hears a banging though on top of the roof of the cart. And then she's a little confused by it. I think something opens up on top, light comes in, and it's Ezekiel. And so they talk. Ezekiel wants them to escape. But Princess is like, I don't know, I think we should stay this and that. It might not be safe if we go. And Ezekiel's like, well, I'm here, so obviously I got this far. Like, we could probably escape. But they ultimately decide that I think we need a much better plan. And so Ezekiel and Princess just kind of leave it there. They need a better plan, and then it fades to black. And that is the whole scene. Again, it sounds like this is going to be like a opening, I guess, first 10, 15 minutes of the episode, for sure. It's going to play a role sometime there. I think this might actually be after the opening credits, because it reminds me of when it fades to black. We heard the opening credits, it goes to commercial or whatever, it comes back, and then we get this scene here. I don't know, that's just my prediction, but I thought this was really awesome. I like the fact that they're doing this because they probably could put together something, but they just can't right now. You know what I mean? Just because they've been filming for a month. So, and yeah, I'm expecting a teaser in like 2 weeks from now. So by then it'll be a month and a half. I can see how by then you could put something together, a short 30-second thing, a really, really short thing. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. It's possible that we don't even get that. But I think we're going to get something. If it's not that, it might be like promotional art or not art, but images for something. Like, it's going to be something, a first look into those episodes for sure, because they got to reveal more information. I'm so happy we got this. Like, this is super cool. And like I said, this episode is going to focus on the Commonwealth entirely. That's just, I think it makes a lot of sense because we're being introduced to them for the first time. So just focus the entire episode on that. Just make that the thing and being introduced to this new community, what everything's about. This is where a lot of fans of the show that haven't read the comic are going to learn a lot of information. This is where you're going to learn a lot about the Commonwealth, where it's going to intrigue you into what's happening for the final season. You're going to learn about these people, learn that they're a community of 50,000 people, that it is like normal life over there. And I think you'll meet their leader, Pamela Milton, who is the governor, who I guess is the new governor. And yeah, there's just a lot of hype here. It's like New World Order stuff, right? Like this is the New World Order arc. Because we are in the final season, fans seeing that are just going to be so excited, right? So overall, I'm hyped for this. I hope they do something for 19. Just do as much of this as you can. Because these episodes are going to be more anthology based, you kind of can. I don't expect to really get anything for like the last 2 episodes, like episode 21 and 22. We know one's going to be a Maggie episode, so they could do something there because it's probably going to be how Maggie met this masked figure, which I think his name is Elijah. We're going to get the Negan backstory, the Commonwealth story, and then Maggie's return. They're all kind of separated from each other, right? There's no real connection. They're just standalone anthology-based like stories, right? And those last 2 might not be because you kind of have to end these 6 episodes in a way that they all connect together and set up season 11. So I don't think we'll get anything for those 2 episodes, but I do think we might get something for episode 19 and 20. They could do another casting thing like this that just builds hype for those 6 new episodes. So yeah, this is awesome for them. This is so clever. This is so smart. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it here. Post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys have to say about, I guess, this scene here from episode 18 titled Splinter. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.